Oprah Winfrey, focus only on yourself in 2025. Motivational speech. Good evening, everyone. Today, we are diving into an incredibly empowering message inspired by Oprah Winfrey. Focus on yourself. As she often says, you are your own greatest project in 2025. Let this be the year where we turn inward, build resilience, and unlock our limitless potential. 1. You are the architect of your life. You are the creator of your destiny. Yet many of us constantly seek external validation, whether it's from family, friends, or social media. But true growth begins when you stop waiting for others to define your worth. Oprah reminds us, the only person who truly knows your journey is you. You have the power to build your own story, brick by brick. The moment you stop chasing approval is the moment you'll find freedom. So pause. Ask yourself right now, am I living for myself or am I living for the world's expectations? Reflect on your answer. 2. Self-awareness is your superpower. So pause. Ask yourself right now, am I living for myself or am I living for the world's expectations? Reflect on your answer. 2. Self-awareness is your superpower. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth. But it's not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. Oprah teaches that self-awareness helps you navigate life's complexities. When you know what makes your heart feel alive, you'll know what to say yes to. And when something feels off, you'll recognize it and take action. Being self-aware doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It means knowing your strengths, embracing your flaws, and celebrating your resilience. Think of self-awareness as shining a light on your soul, revealing all the beautiful, unique, and powerful parts of you. 3. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Growth and freedom go hand in hand. But true freedom doesn't come from staying safe, it comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. Oprah often says that life's greatest transformations happen when you face discomfort head-on. Yes, you'll feel vulnerable. Yes, you may stumble. But every time you step into the unknown, you get closer to discovering your true potential. So instead of running from challenges, embrace them as opportunities for growth. For boundaries are acts of self-love, let's talk about boundaries. Oprah uses a beautiful metaphor. Imagine your life as a garden. When you let others step all over your flowers, your garden wilts. But when you protect it, nurture it, it blooms. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're rejecting others, it means you're choosing yourself. It's saying, I will no longer sacrifice my well-being for others' comfort. Boundaries are acts of self-love. They allow you to prioritize your peace, mental health, and happiness. And when you thrive, you can better show up for the people you love. 5. Listen to your inner wisdom. The world is noisy. Every day, we're bombarded with messages about who we should be and what we should want. But Oprah teaches that the most important voice is the one inside you. Be still, listen. Your inner voice, your intuition knows the way. Trust it. It will guide you toward the life you're meant to live. When you tune into your inner wisdom, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing trends. You start living in alignment with your truth. 6. Action steps for 2025. This year, commit to focusing on yourself. Daily reflection. Spend 5 minutes every day checking in with yourself. How are you feeling? What do you need? Set boundaries. Identify one boundary you need to set and take action. Trust your voice. The next time your intuition speaks, listen. You are your greatest project. Invest in yourself. Nurture yourself, love yourself. When you truly see that your worth is inherent, that it doesn't depend on anyone else's approval, accomplishments, or comparisons, you begin to experience a deep transformation. This transformation starts from within, slowly radiating outward. It's not about achieving something external or crossing off another milestone on life's checklist. It's about reclaiming yourself, your identity, your values, and your voice, and living in alignment with who you truly are. You are enough just as you are. For so long, we've been conditioned to believe that we need to add more, do more, and be more to be considered enough. We chase after perfection because we think that when we finally reach it, we'll be loved, accepted, and celebrated. But perfection is a myth, constantly moving target that always feels just out of reach. You might think, if I can just get this one thing right, then I'll be happy. But once you get there, there's always another thing waiting on the horizon. It's an exhausting cycle. Yet, when you realize that your value doesn't come from what you do or how well you perform, a weight is lifted. You are enough exactly as you are, right now, in this very moment. There's nothing more you need to prove. There's nothing you need to earn to be deserving of love, joy, or peace. You were born worthy of all of it. Growth over perfection. When you choose to prioritize growth over perfection, you start to see life in a new way. Growth isn't about getting it all right, it's about learning. It's about stumbling, falling, and then rising with more wisdom and resilience than before. Growth allows space for curiosity and exploration. It's in the moments of failure, challenge, and uncertainty that some of life's most profound lessons are learned. Every time you try something new and it doesn't go as planned, you're still growing. Every time you reflect on what worked and what didn't, you're learning. Perfection, on the other hand, traps you in a cycle of fear. It whispers, don't try unless you know you'll succeed, but growth says, try anyway. You'll be better for it. No matter the outcome, growth invites you to show up, even when you feel messy or uncertain. It invites you to let go of needing to control every outcome and instead embrace the beauty of the journey. The gift of vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but it is actually a profound strength. To stand in your truth, flaws and all, is one of the bravest things you can do. When you allow yourself to be seen, truly seen, you give others permission to do the same. You create space for deeper connections, authentic conversations, and real relationships. Vulnerability is the birthplace of creativity, empathy, and courage. It's where true growth and healing happen. When you embrace your imperfections, you're no longer held captive by the fear of judgment. You don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be someone you're not. Instead, you show up as your authentic self, open, honest, and unapologetically real. And in doing so, you discover a profound truth. You are loved not despite your imperfections, but because of them. Embracing your uniqueness, there is no one else in the world exactly like you. Your experiences, your perspective, your passions, and your dreams are uniquely yours. And that uniqueness is your greatest strength. Yet, so often, we try to fit into molds that were never made for us. We try to be what we think others want us to be, or we compare ourselves to those around us and feel like we fall short. But you were never meant to be like anyone else. You were meant to be you fully and completely. Think about the things that make you different, the things that make your heart beat faster and your soul come alive. Maybe it's your creativity, your compassion, your sense of humor, or your quiet strength. Maybe it's the way you see beauty in the world or the way you support others through their challenges. Whatever it is, it's worth celebrating. The world doesn't need more copies, it needs you. When you fully embrace your uniqueness, you stop trying to shrink yourself to fit into the boxes that others have created. You start to trust your own instincts and follow your own path, and that's when the magic happens. That's when you begin to attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that are truly aligned with who you are. Be kind to yourself. One of the most important parts of growth is learning to be kind to yourself. It's easy to be our own harshest critics, to beat ourselves up for every mistake or shortcoming. But self-criticism doesn't lead to growth. It leads to shame, self-doubt, and paralysis. Self-compassion, on the other hand, creates a safe space for growth. When you're kind to yourself, you give yourself permission to try, to fail, and to try again. Think about how you would speak to a dear friend who is struggling. You wouldn't criticize or belittle them. You would offer empathy, encouragement, and support. You deserve the same kindness from yourself. When things don't go as planned, Remind yourself that it's okay, you're human, you're learning. And every step you take, even the ones that feel like setbacks, are steps toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Trust the journey. Growth is not about reaching a final destination. It's about the journey. It's about who you become along the way. Every challenge, every triumph, every moment of doubt, and every moment of joy is part of what shapes you, and none of it is wasted. Even the painful moments have something to teach us about resilience, about empathy, about the power of hope. So trust your journey, trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. Trust that every experience is helping you grow into the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. And most importantly, trust yourself. You are capable of far more than you realize. Conclusion: embrace the journey and choose you. As you move forward, I invite you to choose growth over perfection. Choose to show up, to try, and to learn no matter how messy or imperfect the process may be. Choose to embrace your uniqueness, to stand in your truth, and to let your light shine. And choose to be kind to yourself, to offer yourself grace and compassion every step of the way. You are worthy, you are enough, and your journey, you're beautiful, imperfect. Every evolving journey is something to be celebrated. So take a deep breath, step into your power, and trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The world needs you, so let's make 2025 the year of you. If this message inspired you, like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. And share in the comments, what's one way you'll focus on yourself this year? We can't wait to hear your stories. Let's grow together.